What is up, my people? This is Street12, and today I want to talk to you about the potential bosses for the new Mortal Kombat 1 game. Now, I've been reading a lot of comments from the community about who they think is going to be the big bad of this game. Some good theories, not going to lie, but others I'm like, yeah, probably not. So today I want to go and take a look at some of the bosses or some of the names that have been thrown around regarding who's going to be the next big boss of the game, but also my theory based on what we've seen so far on who might be the boss. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now the first one I want to talk about is the most obvious one. Let's talk about Shang Tsung. Now Shang Tsung was the big bad on the last game, although Kronika was technically the main boss in the DLC Aftermath, which is canon as we see from the trailer for Mortal Kombat 1. The actual big bad of the game was Shang Tsung. He took the power of the crown, and he was trying to reshape reality the way he wanted. But he luckily was stopped by God of Fire and Thunder, Liu Kang. Now, the reason why I don't think Shang Tsung is going to be the new big bad is because he is shown getting murdered in the trailer. Now, do I think he's going to play a very important role in this new game? Absolutely, and the reason why is because he's a fan favorite. He has so much lore and so much character background where you can just plug him anywhere in the story and he'll be a great asset for it. But the other one is that last game we had Shao Kahn as the pre-order bonus character, and he had a very prominent role in this new game. Now he wasn't the big bad of the game, but he definitely had a very important role in the whole story. So Shang Tsung is going to be important in the story, especially because he was the final boss of the last game, but I don't think he will be the ultimate final boss of the game. Now the next one I want to talk about is Shinnok. Now Shinnok was in the last game, believe it or not. I don't know if you remember, but he was a head. The whole time he was just a head on a pedestal going rah, rah, rah. But that's all he did, because they decapitated him, a fate worse than death according to Raiden. But I don't think he's gonna be in this new game, or at least not as the final boss, and the reason why is because it is somewhat of a reboot, and he didn't really become a prominent figure in Mortal Kombat until after Mortal Kombat 3 with Mythology's Sub-Zero. Also, it'll be a little too early to bring him back. Now don't get me wrong, in this new universe he probably does exist, but I feel a lot of bad characters are gonna have a change of heart. I feel like Liu Kang, probably when he remade the universe the way he wanted, he went around, you know, making sure that some of the baddies didn't go, you know, they didn't become bad guys. So like, for instance, I really feel like Melina is going to be one of those characters that in this game might have an attitude, you know, might not go about things in the most honorable way, but I don't think Melina will be an outright evil character as she's always been. I feel a lot of these characters will have a little bit of potential heart, and who knows, maybe Shinnok is a force for good in this new game, but I can tell you I don't think Shinnok is going to be the final boss of this game, 100%. Now the next one, and this is a big candidate, is Shao Kahn. Now Shao Kahn is a very important villain, whether he's the main one or not. We saw that in Deception with Onaga. He was still very important to the plot. We saw him in the last game, Mortal Kombat 11, with Shang Tsung and Kronika being the main bosses. He played a very important role, and it's just because he's a fan favorite, and he's just I feel like he's the true archetype of what a Mortal Kombat villain is all about. Now, do I think he's gonna be the big bad? I feel there's a very small percentage that he might, but I'm not really convinced that he will be the ultimate evil in this game. But I feel like he's either gonna be teased for the next game after this, or especially because there's a movie coming out and all that, or he will just be kind of a background character where they'll mention him a couple times. Maybe he will have an appearance, you know, say a couple words, kill somebody, and then let his lackeys do the job or something like that. Now the next one I want to talk about is Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, the Deadly Alliance. I don't think we will see this Deadly Alliance as the main bosses of the game, but I do have a little bit of a theory regarding who's going to be the main boss of the game that might interest you, and it goes along the lines of what happened with Deadly Alliance. I'll get to that, just hang in there. Alright, but I don't think the Deadly Alliance will be the main antagonists of this game. I do feel that Quan Chi might have a very important role in the new game as well. The next one is Kronika. Kronika was the primary boss of the last one. She wasn't the ultimate boss, but she was the primary boss, and she is killed in the ending of Mortal Kombat. And after Liu Kang defeats her, well, actually Shang Tsung defeats her, takes her power, she is canonically banished. She was destroyed. A new reality is created. I doubt that God of Fire and Thunder Liu Kang is going to bring her back and give her old job back. He's probably going to seek somebody a little bit more benevolent to play that role, and I think Fujin will be the perfect character for that. Now, this is an interesting one. Blaze, I really don't think Blaze is going to be the main character of this, or the main boss of this game. The reason why is because Blaze wasn't really a villain. Blaze was a force of nature that was placed as a safeguard for all the fighters that were trying to get to the top of the pyramid to achieve Armageddon. So he was more of a, like I said, he was more of just a placeholder, a force of nature, an enforcer, if you will. He didn't really have any desire to conquer the world or any evil plans of his own. He was just doing his job. They put him there, make sure nobody reaches the top of the pyramid, kill anybody who does, and that was his role there. Very powerful though, very powerful, but I don't think he's gonna come back ever as a Mortal Kombat boss. Now the next one, this is one that I feel like there's a big chance he might be, and that is the Dragon King Onaga from Mortal Kombat Deception. After Shujinko gave him the power to return to Earth Realm and conquer the realms, Onaga, it's a powerhouse. You know, he had Shao Kahn as his advisor, and everywhere his name is mentioned, people kneel. People knew Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, all these big bads, they get nervous at the mention of the name of Onaga, and everybody reveres him as the one true Dragon King. So Onaga, he's an ancient evil, an ancient warlord. I feel like there's a big chance that he might be the big bad. I feel like fans will love to see that. As far as the story goes, I don't know how that would play out, since it looks like this is a new beginning. But again, you know, we saw with Shang Tsung, new beginning, he's still bad. So who knows, Shao Kahn might still be bad, Onaga might still be bad. But I feel Onaga, out of all the old bosses, has the biggest chance of coming back as the new big bad of the game. The next one is actually my own theory on who might be the big boss. So listen up. I feel like you don't need to have a super powerful boss to have a good boss. And what I mean by that is, look at, for instance, games like, I mean, let's not even go too far, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. The main bosses of Deadly Alliance were Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Totally playable. You go to character select, you can play as them. I feel like this is going to be one of those games where we won't have some kind of deity or warlord or super over the top character come in and try to ruin the day. I feel like we're gonna go back to one of the average characters either getting in possession of something or teaming up with someone to be a real pain in the butt. What I mean by that is, again, Deadly Alliance is the best example I can think of. Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat 4, yeah, he was the Elder God Shinnok, but remember, he was a playable character right from the start. So I feel like this is going to be one of those games where one of the main characters, one of the common characters that we all used to seeing in the main roster, will be the main antagonist. Now, of course, he won't be in a way where he, like Shao Kahn, where he can go in there and kill like 3-4 of them by himself. No, but maybe the way Shang Tsung did it, picking on them one by one. And the best candidate I have so far, because we haven't seen the full roster, but so far, my candidate for that role is Bi-Han Sub-Zero. I've seen some of the intros, and the original Sub-Zero, he seems very antagonistic with everybody. Like every single intro, he's like, you know, my ancestors and yours met, if you wonder why. Like he's antagonizing everybody from the start. And I feel Sub-Zero, you know, especially because he could be in control of the Lin Kuei, which is a whole clan of necromancers, not necromancers, cryomancers. He could play the role of the villain. You know, maybe his clan, you know, as a whole, with him at the head, might be the force that our heroes have to go against. Also, because remember, the Lin Kuei has a Grand Master, and now imagine that Grand Master Sub-Zero. What abilities are they gonna give him? That's crazy. Imagine a beefed up Sub-Zero as the main antagonist. Like I said, you don't need some kind of deity or some titan or something like that, because then you're gonna run into the problem that Dragon Ball Z has. Dragon Ball Z is running into this problem where, you know, first it was an alien, then it was alien warlord, and then it was some mythical creature. Well, actually, then it was like the perfect creation, then it was some legendary creature, and then there was gods, and then legendaries. Like once you get to like you're fighting gods, and the person that made the universe and things like that, like who's bigger and better than that? So you're gonna hit a power ceiling where like, all right, so in Mortal Kombat, we fought powerful wizards, we fought emperors and conquerors, elder gods. Now Titans, literally the only step above that would be the one being, which is, according to Mortal Kombat lore, the ultimate force in the universe. And it's said that it can devour planets, that can just destroy reality. And I don't think no character, other than maybe God of Fire and Lightning Liu Kang, might be able to stop him. So I think if they keep going with this trend, they're gonna hit a power ceiling. So I think it will be a good time with Mortal Kombat 1 to take a step back and make one of the everyday characters, get some good writing going and give these guys the ability to be the opposing force that our heroes have to overcome. And I think it's doable. We've seen it before where like, you see this theme a lot in comics where like, you have a group of heroes, but one of them goes rogue and then he creates so many problems for everybody else. And he was just one of the guys like, 2 movies ago. Okay guys, so with that out of the way, let me know, who do you think is going to be the main villain of Mortal Kombat 1? I'd love to hear your theories, as crazy as they are. Believe it or not, I love reading this kind of stuff because the Mortal Kombat community is so creative. So go ahead and write it in the comment section. If you like my videos, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe, and I'll be catching you in the next one.